What's going on, guys, and welcome to our channel, Cool Case Adventures. Your Central Florida family happens to be here at Universal Studios, and in this video, guys, we're basically gonna take you around Universal Studios because we're gonna be showing you everything for Halloween Horror Nights. The last speculation map has been released, so we're gonna take you virtually and show you where everything's gonna be located according to the speculation map, according to the scare zones, and according to the props that we're seeing. And we're gonna explain it one by one of what you can expect based on what Universal has shared with everybody. So when you come here to this year Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights event, you will be fully prepared. You will not be lost. So anyway, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, all Halloween Horror Night content, theme parks such as Universal and Disney, and even cruising, we highly suggest that you stick around because we got a bunch to show you. Also, we suggest that you
subscribe and smash that like button
if we're sharing any valuable content with you. Kids, are we ready?
Yes.
Awesome, because I am. So what are we waiting on?
So let's go. Wait, Mom, hit the intro.
Mom, hit it. Alrighty, kiddos, so we're here basically following the speculation map as we said earlier. So starting over here, Kyla and Khalil, we're gonna have the first scare zone, which is called Duality of Fear. Excuse me, you remember when they had Dr. Oddfellow here last year? So that's basically what they're doing right here in the main entrance. So as soon as you enter Halloween Horror Nights, you must choose a path: the visceral horror sinister or the unearthly terror of surreal. Those are basically your two choices. And something is telling me, who knows, we might see the Eye of Otis in here too.
Something's telling me I want to go through Despicable Me.
Why you gonna go to Despicable Me? That's even scarier.
I don't want to see the Eye of Otis.
I don't know. I have the feeling that they may put something here with the Eye of Otis.
Who knows?
But
when they do the entrance, they could be right there.
right?
I don't like him.
It could be like Boo. Right?
But if not, definitely you're gonna have the Duality of Fear, which is sinister or surreal. Those are the two characters you're about to meet.
He's like our mascot, but I like Boo better.
Yeah.
Can we bring him back?
I don't close its eye. Does it just stare at you?
No, I'm assuming the Eye of Otis just stare at you, and that's what is freaking Kyla out right
I don't
now.
like that. No.
Now, guys, we're a guest in Halloween Horror Nights right now. So basically, we're walking into the Duality of Fear, and basically, we're gonna find it either a little bit to the right, almost towards the end of the Universe store, or up to Minion Land. So, as a guest, what do you guys want to do? You want to keep going straight to the first house, or do you want to make a right onto the first scare zone?
I say we go straight.
You go straight to the first scare haunted house.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. So the first entrance that we're gonna find for the first house, what is it, Kyla? It's right over here by the Minions, by the way.
How do you say it?
So it's gonna be Monstros. Monstros, the monster of Latin America. So this is the one that we actually saw last year in Hollywood.
Yeah,
With the three different monsters, starting the one on the beginning. Huh? No, not La Llorona.
Okay, good. That was
the one that we were walking by a bar and I think the monster was ripping a head off or something like that.
Oh, so cute. It's the bird, I think.
The bird, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
And
basically.
that
This is a house that is actually coming from Hollywood. Let's see if they change it a little bit or hopefully make it better because we love the house.
I don't know.
really
The one
did.
in Hollywood was really well.
It was good. We ended up doing it twice. Remember that?
It was so popular they brought it over here.
So let's see now. This is what Universal has to say. When you actually come over here through Universal, if it doesn't change from the speculation map. Speculation map, this is the last one. And I want to say it's like maybe like 98 to 99%, you know.
It's final, basically.
Final. You're going to come through the side and they're going to walk you down here through those gates. And basically, This is what it said. Monstros, the monster of Latin America. With La Muerte as your guide, you'll be begging for piedad from these three terrifying legends. I never can say that word. Tlahuelpushi, La Lechuza, and El Ciblon. So, I mean, if it's hard for me to say it as a Hispanic person, I don't want to say anybody else trying it. But anyway, this actually, take it from us, we loved it. One of the most popular houses in Hollywood. Highly recommended to do it. And through here, you're eventually going to see a portal towards the left-hand side that is going to walk you to another soundstage. The first one is going to take you to a soundstage behind Rip Ride Rocket. And the second one is going to walk you through here through the Universal Plaza. And basically that second one, which one is it?
A quiet place.
A quiet place. So this is what Universal says about the quiet place, Kyla. Make a sound and you won't last long. Monstrous creatures who can hear the slightest noise will hunt you down and silence you for good as the post-apocalyptic world comes to terrifying life. So we discovered through the Universal podcast, and something that Universal also announced is that they're going to do the sign language. They want people to actually be quiet, extremely quiet. And they said that any noise can actually trigger monsters for sure.
I'm so excited. I feel like this is going to be one of the best houses, hopefully. Please.
And one of the things that the creators said is that they're actually going to may put things on the floor that will make you make noise on purpose. So that way the monster can come and attack you. And they also said that parts of the monster may show up or the entire monster will show up. We don't know yet. So
I want to see the whole creature.
The creature, the alien, whatever the heck it is, right?
An alien. I want to see the whole thing.
So literally another really cool house, IP house. So definitely want to check out this year. Now we happen to be at the next house, and that next house happens to be what, Kyla?
Ghostbusters.
So it's gonna be the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, basically the latest movie that came from Ghostbusters. Haven't seen it, it's on Netflix as we speak. You can watch it on Netflix. We've seen it in the movies, but people have not watched it yet. But this is what it says. A bone-chilling new specter has escaped from an ancient artifact. The Ghostbusters are the only ones who can save you from a second ice age. So
it's gonna be, I feel like, a hit or miss. And honestly, the movie was okay for me. So this house might be really good or really bad.
Okay, Kala, what do you think?
I'm not excited for it.
Not excited at all for the Ghostbusters. All right, leave us a comment down below as we talk to you about the different houses and excursions. What are you looking forward the most? Now we're actually heading to what's gonna be the two next houses, and if you've never been to Horror Nights, you're gonna have something that is called a portal, which is basically kind of like a small frame made out of trusses. You're gonna have one over here and one over there. The one on the left side, Carla, which one is it?
Insidious.
Insidious. So that's another IP. So this is what Universal is saying about Insidious. Enter the further as demons try to ensnare you. The red-faced demon will lure you into his lair. Keyface will unlock your fears and more. Quite honestly, we have not watched all the Insidious movie, so definitely we have to. We're the first one we did, so definitely that's homework for us. Between now and Horror Nights, we recommend you guys to do the same thing. That way you guys are fully prepared. Now, next to Insidious is going to be here on the right-hand side. What is the next one?
Triplet of Terror.
So Triplet of Terror is going to be located here on the right-hand side of Insidious. And it says you are invited to the Barney Triplets birthday bash. But beware, they celebrate by recreating their family murders. Prepare for a gory gathering.
That sounds interesting.
It does sound interesting. That one caught my attention. What do you think about the last two houses that we just mentioned? Insidious, you don't know much.
I'm still confused.
But the Triplet of Terror.
Still confused.
still confused. That's what happens when you don't pay attention, even on the videos. So, Kyla, you find the Triplet of Terror is interesting?
Yes.
Anyways, now that we show you the first few houses, we're gonna go to the next scare zone. And this scare zone is called Torture Fair. So come on to the Renaissance Fair. Brave the gloriously gory medieval torture devices till you are put out of your misery. So as you can see, they will have that stage over there, and you could expect seeing some of the torture devices right over there on stage, and possibly all around this area here in New York. So how does that sound for you so far?
It actually sounds super interesting, especially since I feel like, I don't know, every time there's a scare zone here, we have no idea what it's about, but it's always good, I feel like.
Okay, Kalel?
I'm like confused about all of Horror Nights, but it does sound cool. It does sound cool.
And that reminds me, guy, if you happen to be brand new around here, consider subscribing. Subscribing is free, guys. We're on a mission to make it to 6,000. Want to take advantage and say thank you to everybody who helped us reaching the 5,000 goal. Now let's be louder and make it to 6,000, because we can, guys. Become part of this family. Also, if you want to support the channel even further, consider becoming one of the YouTube members. Only $4.99. That helps us paying for things such as food and drinks that we will be trying when we come here to the parks, just to give you our feedback and the videos. And we happen to go to our next house that is gonna be inside Fast and the Furious Supercharged. And the next house happens to be
Major Sweets Candy Factory.
There you have it, Major Sweet Candy Factory. This is what Universal is saying about it. You've been invited to chaperone a field trip to a candy factory. The deadly delicious treats turn the kids into sugar-fueled friends. Now, we actually witnessed what happened when those kids eat those candy.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, that was a scare zone. And in that scare zone, the kids went wild and were like killing people.
It was one of the best scare zones.
It was a pretty cool scare zone though.
Yeah.
You remember that Major Sweet scare
One
zone?
over there, right?
Yeah. And I know you liked it back then. That was 2 years ago. They had kids roaming around killing.
That was last year.
So this one is the prequel. What happens before that field trip? So are you excited about this house?
Yeah. It's basically just like before
Yeah.
everything happened.
Yeah.
It's the story, basically.
So we're gonna see exactly what happened with those candies.
And what happened to those kids?
And Universal had a press conference in the UK and showed us one of the characters, Taffy.
And we've seen him.
And looks
Poor
pretty,
Taffy.
I don't know, it looks kind of crazy. So anyway,
Poor Taffy.
next thing is gonna be the next scary zone.
zone.
Also, guys, keep in mind that there have been rumors that the Stay and Scream they currently have, or they had in the past in this area behind Richter's, is changing due to the Chess Alcatraz construction and this construction over here. Now we're happen to be in the San Francisco area. Kala, what's the next scare zone?
Bloomhouse.
Unofficially, at the time of recording, not being announced by Halloween Horror Nights or Universal Studios yet. They just put an actual post in Twitter stating that it was a teaser. But we know by the letters it is Blumhouse.
But it's a teaser, Dad. You don't know.
It's a teaser, so we don't have the details information. This is the last thing that it needs to be officially announced here at Universal Studios. And quite honestly, if it's Blumhouse, we can expect all the main Blumhouse character walking around, roaming around.
I'm so excited.
Like, you know, the Black Phone, possibly Megan, Happy Death. Yeah. What else?
There's
Freaky
probably more.
Friday,
Freaky
right?
Friday, yeah.
So more and more of those characters, you're gonna see them roaming around. We have made the comment in a prior video where we don't think this was the smartest idea from Universal, because if you bring all those popular characters to this area gets very crowded here in San Francisco. Honestly, last year they were telling people that they needed to move on. They couldn't actually stand, and you know, they will tell you take a quick picture and keep moving.
I feel like there were so many people, the scare actors couldn't even scare. they had to stand still for a couple of minutes just to let the people walk by.
Right. So it's not the smartest decision for Universal to put such a possible popular scare zone in this area, because I don't know, it's gonna attract masses.
Yeah.
Then the next thing I want to share with you, right behind Lombard, you're gonna have the Peacock Bar again, and in that Peacock Bar is where you're gonna start making the Stay and Scream line for the Mayor Sweet Candy Factory. So it's no longer gonna be behind Richter's. It's not on the speculation map.
This part is just
I
gonna
don't
be
believe.
busy in general.
But we've been told that it's moving over here because they can fit more people comfortably over here. There's no construction area, so just keep that in mind. Keep your eye out for more details to come. Last year in this area in London, by where they had those trash cans, they had a couple of boxes and crates, and it was because they had some of the most popular creatures or being here in Diagon Alley. Who was that?
Death Eaters.
So the
That took me a second.
the Death Eaters didn't. Ironically, they weren't here. However, their props were out here, and you had to go inside Diagon Alley, and they already had props set up in there.
Yes.
And it was cool because they have like a mini show.
They have a mini show, like they walk around, they stop for 5 seconds, they wave their wands around, and then they go back walking around.
So it's extremely hard to take pictures with them, just so you guys know.
They're fast, they run all the time.
But it's still cool to watch the Death
yeah.
Eaters, and they are coming back. Now we happen to be here by the theater towards the back of the park, and this one is to talk to you about the night show, and this night show is called Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus, and this is what they're telling us: step right up to a dark circus, a new nightmare that carries with it a sinister curse. It's a thrilling spectacle of pyro and aerialists. So Universal is bringing Nightmare Fuel back. Some people are super excited, some people are like mad because they kind of want something new.
I want something different. It's been the same thing for like 3 years.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, their contract was 3 to 5 years. I'm not sure. So we just gotta wait and see.
I say we stop at 3 and do something.
I don't want to say that because they're very, very talented people, by the way. It's one of those shows that is more for adult than kids. Okay, right up next is gonna be the next house that you're gonna be able to find. Normally they put that after the Nightmare Fuel show, if you're coming from the same way that we're coming from, and it will be through those gates in here. And basically the house that was just recently announced was Monster Eternal Bloodlines. So basically Universal is telling us, get caught in an epic battle as Saskia Van Helsing and the Bride of Frankenstein go up against Dracula's daughter and her monstrous mavens. So super excited about this house. You never know, this may win the house of the year.
I'm saying this right now, Universal. This better be one of the best houses, because I swear if this is a bad house, you know why they're gonna blame it? It's the girl's house. No. Universal, act right, please.
So according to the speculation map, this house is going to be called Goblins Feast. So for Goblin Feast, this is what Universal has to say. It says, welcome to the Goblins Feast Tavern and visit the Goblin Village, where a lavish feast is being prepared for goblins, orcs, hobgoblins, and witches, as you are the main course.
I'm not excited.
I was about to say, it doesn't sound like the strongest house.
No, it just sounds to me like the witch's house that everybody was like, oh, it's gonna be so good, but yet it was the worst house that year.
He has trauma, but
it was the worst house that year. It was so bad.
So you don't want to be the main course, basically that's what you're trying to say?
No, I'm just saying that I'm not excited for goblins and witches because I feel like it's gonna be a bad house.
I just feel like they could have had more to the story than you're the food. We always know we're the food. Come on, like, add more detail. You know what I mean?
So right behind the kids, normally in this kids zone area, aka the new DreamWorks land, you guys have on the left side a house, the right side through ET another house, and that house happens to be Slaughter Cinema 2. So this is what they're saying. If you're dying for a B-movie horror marathon, head to Carrie Drive-In. Scream through scenes from creature features, grindhouse gore, spaghetti western, and more. So basically, this is the second installment of this original house. This original house is probably, I want to say, within the top 10 original houses in the history of Universal Slaughter Cinema. A lot of people, like I say, I would dare to say even top 5 for some people. So we may be expecting a really solid original house.
We did not see the original house, and honestly, just like Kalal, I was confused by that description. So I feel like it's going to be 50-50. It's going to be really good. It's going to do justice to the first house, or it's going to be really bad. But
fair enough.
I'm excited for the character though.
And in the left-hand side towards the DreamWorks land, you have the other house that is called the Museum Deadly Exhibit, which basically you decide to visit the new folklore museum exhibit, the Rotten Stone, when an evil escapes from within, destroying everything in its path.
it's going to be a rock that comes to life and destroys everything.
So how you feel about that?
It sounds stupid.
Okay.
It sounds, that was harsh. That sounds, it doesn't, once again, it doesn't sound like the strongest idea. I feel like there could have been more. You said museum, the last video. I'm thinking about like, all like creatures that like come
but
to
you're gonna
life.
tell me your little pet rock came to life and is attacking me.
Well, it
That
might be
sounds
cursed, and that curse might have just awakening something else. So we gotta wait. And I hate to say, I know what Kalel means. Let me correct that. When he said it sounds stupid, I don't want to actually call creativity from other people stupid.
It's just like
it's just that if
The way it sounds is stupid.
It's
I'm not
kinda
saying
weak.
that it is gonna be stupid. I'm just saying the way it sounds.
And honestly, we've had a bunch of, this happens all the time where we always have this one house that we think is going to be bad and always becomes one of our favorites. So honestly, really, this opinion doesn't really matter because obviously we haven't gone through the house, but like, there's always going to be a house that we say is not good, and there's always going to be a house that we say is good, and then they swap. Honestly, if the house is good, then how they explain it was kind of weak. But honestly, I feel like when they talk about museums, they should have done something that like the monsters come to life like after dark or something.
There's like creatures in there that came to life after it shut down. Or
maybe they still can pull that through. However, they didn't do it that way because it's too expected, you know? Had they put on the plot, there were people are like, yeah, I was expecting that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound right to say that a cursed rock comes to life.
Now we happen to be entering Swan of the Undead here in Central Park. And basically this is what Universal is saying. Universal is saying in backwaters Louisiana, you are about to be swarmed by zombies born from the bodies of trespassers killed and dumped in a nearby bog. So trespassers came to this swamp, they died, and they will become zombies.
I feel like this is also, honestly, the scare zones, there's not one scare zone that I feel like is going to be like meh. I feel like all of them are going to be really great this year. And I feel like not every year happens. So I'm just excited. All of them sound really strong.
I agree, for the exception of the last one that we're going to talk about, because it's the same thing as the description of the museum. I don't think the description was the best.
I just said all that beautifulness for nothing.
And the last scare zone that we're entering happens to be here in Hollywood Boulevard, and that's called Demon Queens. This is basically what Demon Queen is saying. Get caught in a otherworldly hellscape ripped from the darkest corner of your mind, where four merciless queens loyal to surreal rule. 4 queens are ruling over here, and they don't have any mercy.
I feel like this
They're going to be attacking some of their followers.
I feel like this is 50-50.
I feel like this is like 75-25.
75.
25 good.
Okay, so this is what I meant. Perhaps it's the story, the description of the story
Yeah, I think it's the way they're describing it.
is as weak as the museum, and it's not letting you know anything that like it's not making you like jump
Yeah.
off of excitement. You know what I mean?
Like, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like I have to. This is what I'm talking about. Like, we're here, like, hearing what you're saying, and we're like, oh, that's not going to be the best one. When honestly, it really could, but we can't tell because the way they're writing it.
So we gotta be fair. We
gotta
gotta
be fair.
come. Obviously,
But-
we'll be here.
I just feel like the way they describe this is going to be last in scare zones. But
Okay.
I really hope it's not. And honestly, but compared to all the scare zones that we heard that were like, oh, that sounds really good. Oh, that sounds really good. And then this one is like, oh, that's it? That's it? 4 queens, having no mercy? Okay.
It felt kind of rushed.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Okay.
Like a last minute.
Like, I feel like there's no real plot to it. Like, what? Why? I mean, monsters kill for fun, but like, why? Just no real want. Like, they could be killing to like accomplish something, but we don't know because of the writing.
Right.
Hola, we back.
Alrighty, guys. Today you have it here from Universal Studios. We hope that we cover, if not everything, most of the the final speculation map, and that this video actually helped you. Hopefully, when you come here after watching this video, you feel familiarized with the area, the houses, the scare zones.
I hope my brutal honesty helped you.
I hope that his brutal opinion didn't scare you, and still come to Halloween Horror Nights just to
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it, yeah, because it's still fun, right? What is the number one thing you're looking forward the most?
The prequel to the Candy House.
I just stuttered. I'm excited for Eternal Bloodlines.
I'm excited the most for that original house. Also Slaughter Cinema 2, and I'm eager to see The Quiet Place too.
I just remember that. The Quiet Place, yeah.
The Quiet Place, I think it could work out as long people cooperate.
I don't know. I feel like that Candy House is gonna be really well because the scare zone was done really well.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see the storyline about it.
I'm there with you.
This is just really good because me and Kalal started this not liking anything. We didn't think we were gonna like anything, but now we have a bunch of favorites that we're really excited for. So.
Anyways, we hope to hear from you guys. What is the most favorite one? What are you looking forward the most when you come here to Halloween Horror Nights? We want to hear from you guys. Anyway, guys, until then, sadly, this adventure has ended. With that said, we got to remind everybody to
Subscribe.
And smash that like button, turn the above notifications.
Bing, bing, bing. And feel free to comment down below. Always remember to
smile out, be great.
Be cool.
and stay awesome. See you guys next adventure.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
guys.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. See ya.
Bye.